Hi, T. Carlson here, and I'm happy to say that Scream Factory is at it again with their Halloween releases, and we've now got the next few in the form of this box set here. This is the Halloween 4K collection, 1995 to 2002, featuring 3 films from the franchise, one of which is presented here in 2 different cuts. The movies we get in here are Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. I'm going to talk a little bit about each film and I'll unbox this set. Here's a cover. I really like this slipcover. It's got the various newspaper clippings from Michael Myers' various exploits. Back cover has a list of all our bonus features, summaries, and so forth. Here's the spines of the individual cases. We'll take those out in a second. Yeah. And bottom is just blank. First movie in this set, which is presented here in 2 different cuts, is Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, presented in its theatrical cut and a producer's cut that tried to rectify a lot of issues from the theatrical version. Here's our back cover for this particular movie. Spine, other side spine. Top has the movie title. Bottom is just plain. These all have reversible art. I went ahead and reversed the art already because what's in there by default is the same as the cardboard slipcovers, but there's what we get on the inside. There's our spine. There's our text, special features, summaries, legalese, credits. In here we have our discs, 4K theatrical cut, 4K producer's cut, Blu-ray theatrical cut, and Blu-ray producer's cut. In a single horrifying night, Michael Myers' reign of terror changed Halloween forever. Now, 6 years after he was presumed dead in a fire, Michael is returned to kill again, and this time there's no escape. As his fury builds to a spine-tingling climax, the long-hidden secrets of the screen's most maniacal murder are shockingly revealed. This was the final Halloween film to feature Donald Pleasence, who passed away right around the time it came out. There's actually a young Paul Rudd appearing in this film before he was a famous actor, and I have to say, unfortunately, though, this movie really falls flat when it comes to this series. Halloween 4 did a great job bringing back Michael Myers and changing things up a little. But Halloween 5 was rushed into production and it had this shoehorned-in Man in Black plot that was never developed whatsoever, leaving Halloween 6 to pick up the pieces. Unfortunately, the filmmakers weren't up for the task, and this is one of the most hit-and-miss films in the Halloween franchise. Sure, we get some good moments of Michael Myers doing what he does best, but from a storyline and narrative standpoint, it's just a mess. And I have to say, it's easily near the bottom of the barrel when it comes to this franchise. Moving down the list, the next film we have in this set is Halloween H2O. And each one of these is in its own cardboard slipcover. So we'll take that off now. And this film starts a new timeline that only considers the first 2 Halloween movies canon. It ignores all the movies that came prior to this one, so it pretty much gets rid of the whole Laurie's niece storyline, and it brings back Laurie as part of the franchise. This summer, terror won't be taking a vacation. Now the headmistress of a private school, Laurie Strode is still struggling with the horrifying 20-year-old memories of the maniacal killer Michael Myers when he suddenly appears again after 20 years with a vengeance. And this Halloween, Laurie's rebellious son, portrayed by Josh Hartnett, his girlfriend, and their friends will become Michael's newest victims unless Laurie can conquer her fears and put evil in its place once for all. LL Cool J, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Nancy Stevens, and Janet Leigh also star. Janet Leigh, of course, being Jamie Lee Curtis's mother. And this was Jamie Lee Curtis's first time in a Halloween movie since Halloween 2, aside from a brief voiceover role in Halloween 3, which had nothing to do with Michael Myers and the plot of the other films. Of the post-80s Halloween movies, this is actually one of the better ones. It does bring back Laurie Strode, and Jamie Lee Curtis plays the part exceptionally well. Supporting cast is great, including Josh Hartnett as her son. And then you even have LL Cool J playing a security guard. And surprisingly, he's actually one of my favorite things about this movie because he actually plays a pretty funny, interesting, and, dare I say it, dramatic character. I mean, this movie's not going to win any medals for reinventing the wheel or anything, but as far as Halloween movies go, this was easily the best one in the franchise after the 1980s. We have one more movie in the set, that being Halloween Resurrection. This was the final Halloween movie prior to the loose reboot of sorts that we got from the most recent 3 films. Of course, in between there were those 2 Rob Zombie remakes as well. Those are the only ones that aren't available in 4K yet, and I have yet to see those. I'm not even really sure if I want to. Here's our cover art, spine text, back cover. Yeah, our reversible art right here. And all the information on the back. The reality programmers at Dangertainment have selected Rudy, Bill, and a group of thrill-seeking teenagers to spend one fun-filled night in the childhood home of serial killer Michael Myers. But the planned live broadcast turns deadly when their evening of excitement becomes a night of horror as Michael himself decides to crash the party. Halloween Resurrection also stars Bianca Kadjulich, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right, Katie Sackhoff, Busta Rhymes, and Tyra Banks, along with a special appearance by Jamie Lee Curtis. And here we come to Halloween Resurrection, often the most maligned and hated film in this franchise. And it's not hard to see why. I mean, they tried to mix the lore of Michael Myers with the whole reality TV thing, and of course it kind of backfires. I admire the filmmakers for trying something a little different and what then would be considered modern, but unfortunately they make some really lazy retcons at the beginning of this movie that completely ruin the ending of the previous movie and waste the character of Laurie Strode. What follows is, to put it simply, not great. I mean, as much as I like Busta Rhymes and Tyra Banks, I just don't think they really fit in with this franchise, and it makes this one come off as more campy than a horror classic. If I had to do a movie ranking the Halloween films, if this wasn't at the very bottom, it would certainly be close to the bottom. But again, if you're a completist of this franchise, you might want to watch it at least once, just for retro's sake, or even if you want to have a drinking party with your friends or something like that. Scream Factory, as far as picture quality goes, knocks it out of the park every time they release a Halloween movie on 4K. These are no exception. All of the movies look absolutely fantastic, and I'm really glad to see the work that went into this. In Halloween Resurrection, there are some scenes that were shot from the perspective of video cameras and video feeds and stuff like that. Those understandably look worse than the rest of the movie, but that's how it was shot, and those are meant to look that way. Overall, they do look very good, and I'm happy to see that these movies, even not being the most beloved movies in the Halloween franchise, still got the loving care that only a company like Scream Factory can provide. Each disc has tons of bonus features. You get interviews with cast and crew. You get more of those horrors, hallowed ground segments where they visit filming locations, and a little bit of everything else, including, artwork, promotional materials, trailers, and so forth. I think any fan of the movies or the Halloween franchise in general will love what they find here. Are you a fan of the Halloween franchise? And of these 3 films, what is your favorite? Are these movies that you could go the rest of your life without seeing again? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.